Hey, I made 128,000 bucks last month. My goal is $167,000 a month, 39K missing gap there. And my videos are basically just an attempt of me solving that. So first thing I want to do is just talk a little bit about progress over the course of the last 24 hours. I mean, just doing some bookkeeping here. I've added, I think, something like 1,100 Instagram followers, and I've added 261 YouTube followers. So let's just go like IG is at 8.6K, which is plus, I think it's like 1,100. I really need a more standardized metric of doing this. And then YouTube is now at 47.3K, right? So 47.3K, which is plus 261. So this Instagram is quickly closing on the YouTube, honestly, because the growth just continues to be some massive percentage difference. Like if we just take into account, 1,100 of 8,600, that's 12% growth, right? So this is 12%. Whereas, what is 261 divided by 47,300? That's like 0.5%, right? So yesterday, the difference here was, I think, 18 times. Now, it looks like it's 24 times. This is a 24 times like faster growth rate on Instagram than it is on YouTube. So my question really quickly that I just want to answer is, because the whole purpose of this is just like me brainstorming out loud, talking about strategy and how exactly I'm going to proceed. The difference is, does IG convert to money at less than 24 times the rate of YouTube? Okay. Sorry, at greater than is what I meant. At greater than 24 times the rate of YouTube. If so, I should just double down on Instagram, do it all day. Because, obviously that's going to convert to more money. And my goal is to make up that $39,000 a month. I'm doing pretty good so far. I might already just do it based off the value, based off the volume, not even new products and stuff. But yeah, I also have an exciting thing I'm going to talk a little bit about today with regards to templates. I'm going to be building out some templates today, or at least I'm going to be reviewing a big poll that I did just the other day to figure out which templates to create. That's going to add some additional monetization, but I just need to figure this out. So I don't know how I'm going to figure this out, but just wanted to let you guys know this is what's going through my head. When I see, Instagram go like this, and then YouTube sort of kind of go like this a little bit, even if, this one right now is making me way more money today, you gotta kind of think like, how much money can this make me tomorrow? And that's what I'm interested in tomorrow. So that's number one. The second thing I usually do on these is I do some sort of Q&A. So I don't know if I've gotten any comments on this channel. Oops. We just jumped on the wrong one. I don't know if I've gotten any comments on my daily updates channel in the last 24 hours, possibly. We did grow a lot in followers. We went up to 26. So I think yesterday we were at 16 or 17. Yeah, no, I don't see any there. So I'm just going to take my comments from the main channel. And again, the purpose of this is just to incentivize people leaving comments on the daily updates channel just for better engagement and stuff like that. Let's jump over to community, see what we got in the last 24 hours. Hey, Nick, I was wondering if you can show a sneak peek of the templates in your paid school group. I'm looking to join, but I want to see what's inside. I don't really just want to be showing you guys like the templates inside is my answer for today, but also like I do cover this in a ton of detail. If you just look up like the Maker School sales page, this guy might be making fun of me. I don't know. Okay, this is a great question from Kyle Malcolm. He says, I wonder if the window for this type of work is quickly closing. When he says this type of work, what he's referring to, obviously, is automation. And he says, if AI tech advances on the exponential curve, is it possible it will outpace the AAA business model and companies will be able to make automations independently? So short answer, yes. Yes, for sure. So AI is advancing on the exponential curve. I talked about my revenue being this, but this is AI, okay? And right now we're here. And, maybe we're like here. Things are starting to pick up, but we really have no idea what's coming next. We're getting very close to that artificial general intelligence point, right? Like if this is 2024, and maybe this is like 2020 when GPT-3 was released or something, like this is like AGI or something. And a lot of people are thinking it's going to, maybe a little bit further on. I think the main prediction right now is like 2026, 2027. So this is like 2026. When that happens, basically all of this is moot because you'll be able to easily spin up, a fleet of 1,000 Nick Saraevs or other people on the internet and just have them work on all of these tasks independently. Of course, there are going to be some access and control issues, at least for the first year or so. So the theoretical technology, like the theory behind the tech, will explode much faster than the actual implementation, but that gap's going to be closed. So if AI tech advances, is it possible to outpace the AI business model? Companies will not be able to make automations independently, for sure. The long answer is yes, but why does that matter? Like, if AI will be able to do anything that a human being will be able to do in a few years from now, like, why the hell does it matter at all? Like, why does any of this matter, right? Not to get all existentialist or nihilist with you, but basically every job is going to be automated at some point. There's no way that humans are going to be the primary producers of value in an economy that is just like geared towards, just algorithmic dominance, right? Like, why is our economy is called the knowledge economy right now? Obviously, there's still a tremendous amount of value being driven in like the physical world, but obviously things are tending more towards virtual knowledge, information, that sort of stuff. Like, if you just think about it logically, there is no logical way that artificial intelligences whose brains are made of essentially silicon that transmit messages at 300,000 milliseconds 300,000 meters per second, whereas ours do so at about 100. That's like over 3,000 times as fast, 30,000 times as fast, something like that. Like, there's no logical reason why they should not dominate the economy in the future. And any intelligent and entrepreneurial human beings will definitely make it so as quickly as they can, because they're going to want to slice that pie. So companies will quickly be able to start making automations independently just by talking into like some natural language interface. When I say quickly, we're talking like maybe like 3-4 years. I think the AGI prediction right now is like 2026, 2027. When this happens, there's going to be a lot of like theoretical work that these models are going to do to make themselves smarter, right? Because now they can grow approximately as quickly as as if a human were to work on them. But what if you just spin up 80,000 of these and have them all work full time on making intelligences smarter? But then, if you think about it, like this period here between when they get really smart and then between when they get pretty smart and then really, really, really smart, like this period here, we're still going to have a lot of lag, because like the market is going to have to catch up. Regulations are going to have to catch up. Like, human beings move a lot slower than these things, and human beings are still predominantly in control of the world at this point. So, we're probably not going to see like any major economic changes for like at least another 5-ish years, I would say, before it becomes abundantly clear that like, either human beings got to be in UBI or welfare or something like that, because we just can't compete. So yeah, the long answer is yes, but don't worry about it for, I don't know, like another 5 years, I would say, before this sort of stuff just becomes like absolutely ridiculous. How do I operate with this idea that these models are simultaneously going to just like do everything for us, yet I'm still grinding my ass off in the business? Well, I personally believe that the opportunity to change your station in life is quickly closing. Like, human social mobility is currently at an all-time high. It's highest now than it has ever been. I was reared and raised by a family that came here to Canada, and they were virtually broke. We had like basically no social mobility. They were forced into doing 2 or 3 part-time jobs to piece together a minimum wage salary just to give me and them some sort of like reasonable life. We got lucky with some real estate investments that enabled my family to make it out of poverty, essentially. But maybe luck isn't the right term. I don't give my parents enough credit for that. But I guess the point that I'm making is human social mobility is at an all-time high. I took that information and I took that situation, and then I ended up becoming, I think what many people would consider either upper class or on the road to some sort of serious upper class wealth. You're not going to be able to do that in like 5 to 10 years. So I'm working my ass off right now simply because I want to solidify my placement on this ladder and rung, maximize, social security and then welfare for people that are close to me. So it is absolutely possible it'll outpace the AA business model. Companies will definitely be able to make automations independently. It's just a matter of time. But just because it's going to happen does not mean that you should just like give up and not do this at all. If you think about it, like we sent out, I don't know, like the Voyager spacecraft back in 1977. And immediately within, I don't know, like 10 or 15 years or something, we had the capacity to send out another one that was twice as fast, right? So if you operate based off the logic that, well, should we really do it because eventually it's going to be overtaken anyway? Would we have ever sent out Voyager 1? Probably not, because we would have been like, well, why send it out if we could just wait 10 years and then send out another one at twice the speed? It'd eventually catch up in 15 years anyway, right? Another 10 years go by, now we have ion propulsion and ion drives. Like, well, why would we send that out if we just wait for the tech to get better and then we can shoot it, right? None of this stuff really matters at the end of it. It's just an excuse you can use not to get started on anything in life. It's like, oh, why should I do sports if I'm just going to die? you know? I guess that's kind of an over dramatization, but yeah. Anyway, let me do a quick recap of what I did yesterday. So I did all of the ManyChat, like Instagram ManyChat stuff. When I say ManyChat stuff, I mean I optimized the hell out of all the messaging. I optimized the hell out of all of the like stuff that was happening in the reels. So now I'm getting much higher quality responses back from, like the I don't have them right here, but like basically the campaigns that I'm running, which is nice. Probably like, I don't know, I want to say like 20%, 30% more retention. I don't know off the top of my head. We're going to have to run the stats, but that's my gut feeling anyway, just given how much better these are now. There's going to be some long-term benefits there too, just in terms of the messaging. I did like some minor, we created another 14 reel scripts. So today I'm actually going to record these scripts just with a little teleprompter, and then I'm just going to bang them all out in like 20 minutes and then send them over to my editor. And then that's how we're going to continue doing this posting to allow us to continue capitalizing on all this growth. Yeah, I solidified the strategy here for sure. So like we know exactly what we're doing. The vast majority of this stuff is AI news content. But the recent stuff is sort of tending towards how I made money with automation, how to get infinite content ideas using a build. As you see, right, this has 2,269 comments. This one has 351. There's a big ratio here in terms of success because this is just showing how much money I made, right? Which is very different from what I was doing before, which is showing people like upcoming AI news and free tools. This is actually like a trailer for my video, right? So it's actually like promos one of my videos. And I really like this design. This guy just crushes it with this stuff. This is a slightly different editor, but yeah, so that worked well. We now have like top, let's just do acronyms. So TOF, middle of funnel, and we have bottom of funnel content as well. And the goal is to cross-link Instagram and then YouTube really heavily because obviously more people are converting here. But when I answer this question, do people convert at greater than a 24 times difference? 1/24 times difference, then, I might just double down on Instagram and just do like 10 reels a day or something. I don't know. We also made a TikTok. So we're going to warm up the TikTok, which is cool. I don't know if that's going to do anything. And then, obviously I recorded a YouTube video. And then I also did some client management. Let's touch on the YouTube video. My YouTube video was how to systematize your business in 4 weeks. I don't know why this is so small. Can I make this bigger? Yes. The YouTube video is called How to Systematize Your Business in 4 Weeks. It's a dang good one. I won't say it's performed the best, but performed reasonably well. Go to content. It's right over here. So we got like 3,000 views in, 12 hours, something like that. It's not the best. It's like 250 views an hour. As you can see, it's sort of run of the mill. I expected this because I'm not using like crazy clickbaity language here. It's how to systematize your business. It's not how to systematize your AI automation agency. I want to create like no, thank you, Rise. I want to create some more general content just around businesses and agencies to like flesh out, like the content sphere. I don't just want to do like AI automation agency stuff on this channel. I also want to show people, hey, I'm not just some guy that creates flows all day. Like I'm a business consultant. I provide a ton of value. And if you follow these steps, you can make a ton of money with it. So, those typically don't perform as well as like the AI automation stuff because the latter is blowing up right now, whereas the former are like universal principles that last forever. But I think these are technically more evergreen, which is nice. So I'm gonna call that a win. And then for client management, I just had a little bit of like, administrative work and messages and stuff like that I had to send. So what am I going to do today? Well, here is my to-do list. I'm not going to do all of this today, but, let me just run through a few of these and then maybe do some strategy. I've been putting off some more of that admin stuff. So I have a document that was sent. So I'm going to read through this churn. One of the guys that I work with, his name is Drew. And he's fantastic. Young kid, extraordinarily bright. He helped me set up Maker School, set up my offer and stuff like that. I think until we hit like 20 or 30 or 40K a month, something like that. I don't know for sure. So don't use that with a grain of salt. But he reached out to me forever ago and just said, "Hey man, I think you're doing a couple things wrong. And I think I can just make you a bunch of money if you just like make a few of these changes. Is that okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. That sounds good." So I implemented these changes. I made a little bit more money and I was like, "Huh, that's good, smart." Because he knows a lot of stuff about the community space, probably more than I do still. I asked him, "Hey, do you see any ways that I can reduce churn on this product? It's 20%. I want to get it down to 15%. So he actually went and he sent me a document with information about all of this. So I think it's here called Churn Reduction Maker School. So obviously he's telling me to aggressively focus on acquisition, which might be pretty hard at this point, which I find funny. Outgrow the churn, which is what I'm doing. Focus on high ROI things, obviously. I'm not doing any webinars right now, so I don't know if I could do that. Incorporate more direct response copy in YouTube videos. Haven't fully kept up with your content, so I can't say much here, but I've seen firsthand that more DRC equals more money. Yeah, I mean, like this is, yeah, for sure, man. I'm right there with you. I don't actually like doing the direct response copy though. So I've already weighed the added improvement to signups against the negative impact direct response copy will have on my reputation longer term. I think the market is really going against that stuff. The next recommendation is to heavily market the guarantee and make potential changes to it. Instead of 3-month guarantee, change it to 6 months. His suggestion is that I'm going to be reducing churn because people are going to be following it for longer. I could try this. The downside between this is if I change it now, we'll have a bunch of people that come in under the 6-month expectation. And if I get a bunch of people coming under the 6-month expectation and then I try changing it back to 3 months, well, what does that mean? Now we're going to have like conflicting information in the community. Some people are going to think the guarantee is 3. Other people are going to think the guarantee is 6. What if somebody starts talking about that? Like, I don't want some people to think that they have more guarantees than others because, obviously that's going to put me in a weird spot where I have to guarantee the 6 months for everybody. You don't have the guarantee in the initial about section on school anymore, so this would be an easy change. Something like if you don't land a paying client within 6 months, you get a full refund. This is good. Yeah, I'm going to do this, but for 3 months. I like this. Yeah, let's do this for 3 months. Also, can I just turn this into an arrow? Oh, that's so sick. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So I mean, we could just make that change really easy, couldn't we? Let's go back here. I have a lot of pen tools now. So I'm just actually going to do this with you guys live because I think it's interesting. But then I'm going to have a list of actionables. So I'm going to add 3-month guarantee. By the way, I haven't had to use the guarantee once, and we have over 1,100 members yet so far. Add 3-month guarantee to copy. So I'm going to add the 3-month guarantee to Maker School about copy, and let's make it front and center. We'll just see how that goes. Move the guarantee to the top of the pre-program section. That's a good one. We're going to move the guarantee, and we're going to make it front and center. That's good. I like that idea. Weekly or bi-weekly checkups instead of monthly calls. The 2-hour length of each monthly call is daunting. It was 3 actually, and I feel it pushes people away because of the long commitment. Weekly or bi-weekly calls will also make it feel like you're more invested because the frequency of touch points matters more than the depth of each one. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Monthly calls so far have been great, but they are very long. And my idea with the monthly calls was if you signed up today, you had to wait until the monthly call, obviously, to like see the monthly call. Every time so far, there have been lots of new faces, which definitely impacts engagement. The issue is I don't want to do 2 hours twice a month. So maybe here's what I can do. Maybe I do, instead of 3 hours every month, I do 1 hour every 2 weeks. Okay. 1 hour calls every 2 weeks. You know what? I should try this out. I'm going to have to change the monthly community call language there, but I think this is reasonable. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Gamify leaderboards. This one's pretty simple. More engagement in the community will keep people in. Members will have something new to read each time they open Maker School. Offer incentives for levels obtained in school. Hit level 3 and you get some resource exclusively shown and Make Money with Make. All members in level 7 or above get a private 30-minute group call with Nick every month. That's interesting. All members in level 7 or above get a private 30-minute group call with Nick every month. How do you get to level 7? Maybe explore this. So like think about, like when I say think, give it a full 5 minutes. Think about gamifying. I like the idea of gamifying. I do. I just don't know how I do this in practice. Show community wins more frequently. Why does lifestyle work the best? People want to see the proof the path works, someone who's walked it. Okay, add a win section under about and how to use on every month of coursework. Can add text as well explaining the importance. This is really cool. This is really cool. Add monthly wins. Oh, this is sweet. 2 about and how to use. Oh, I love this. This is genius. I'm then going to show people at their current month, what did other members achieve? Drew, that's brilliant. Wow. Sorry about that. Add video on the cancellation screen. IIRC, you can add a video on the cancellation screen, community settings, subscriptions, super low-hanging fruit if it's doable. A lot of angles you can take here. Would be happy to discuss this if need be. Okay, cool. I'll send Drew a message about cancellation video. I don't know what to do there, to be honest. I guess I could say, hey, how's it going? Nick here. I just wanted to thank you very much for doing all the stuff. I know you wanted to cancel, and I'm not going to try and get you to stop. But if you do me a big solid, just send me over a message and tell me why. That would really help me out or something like that. That might be what I do. The majority of people that cancel aren't finding success. This probably happens around month 2 to 3. Add readme sections in month 2 onwards. Titled something like, still don't have a client? Here you can get more personalized advice to this bunch because a community of 1K will have people moving at different paces. This is the group you would want to give the most personalized attention to as the highest contributor to churn. That's interesting. Cool. Is this a good idea? Do I want to bring awareness to the fact that some people aren't going to have clients? Like, do I want to put it front and center? My goal is to maximize the accountability and then the daily habits. If people spend 30 days doing daily habits and they don't see some sort of outcome, and then I say, by the way, you spent 30 days so far and you haven't seen an outcome, will this decrease or improve the probability that they'll continue? I don't know, man. I don't think I'm going to do this. My gut tells me no, because if I do, probably some people that would have otherwise just continued blindly, and that blind continuing is what will inevitably get them the success, will probably stop. They'll kind of had that little pause moment and be like, oh, I don't know if this is working. I don't really know if I'm going to do that, to be honest. I do get the idea here. This is a great idea, but I'm probably not going to do that. Sorry, Drewvy. But yeah, that's great. So we did just read through Drew's doc, and now I have a bunch of actionable points there. So I mean, I'm going to implement these today for sure. I'm also going to record shorts today. We're going to do 14 reels today. I'm going to do something kind of nifty. I'm going to have 7 shirts, 6 shirts on standby plus the one I'm wearing. And just every 2 that I do, I'm going to swap out my shirt. So it looks like I didn't just record them all in one day. Like now mine kind of looks like. And then I have just a couple of little client management things. I want to run through a VAPI agent. My autonomous waitlist scenario for Make Money with Make has some issue. My content generation system for one of my clients is an issue. Yeah, that's about it. I got a couple other things. I want to create a high quality tweet and pin it. That'll help me a lot. I just need to obviously have the tweet paying for ads to push that tweet. Might be interesting. I don't know if you could do that. I'm not going to do all this today. And I've already got my credit card. I'm not going to do all this stuff today, but we'll see where that goes. But yeah, that's more or less my strategy for the day. Oh, one more thing. I might as well review with you guys the, what do you want to learn? What do you want to know, rather? This is now up to a lot of comments, right? We're at 59 now. So 59 suggestions here. All of these are great, right? People obviously care a lot about new email personalizations in N8N. They care a lot about step-by-step processes to creating one or more AI tools, hosting websites, doing some AI concept stuff. So I need to synthesize this. I don't know if I'll be able to do this today, but I need to synthesize what do you want to learn, cues, answers, and turn into template ideas. I think I'll do that after I do this churn minimization stuff. Because I think that seems higher priority, just given the fact that combined my communities are making almost 100K a month, or maybe a little over 100K a month now. And if I can reduce churn by 5%, that's basically, in essence, adding another $5,000 a month back into my pocket. $5,000 a month by the end of 3 months, that's 5 plus 10, 15 plus 15 is 30. It's 30,000 bucks. So I want to make 30,000 bucks more. So this is pretty solid. Hope you guys found this stuff valuable, especially that real-time strategizing at the end. And yeah, Drew, if you're watching this, really appreciate the churn reduction doc, bro. I owe ya. Cheers.